Thank you.
Sorry about this.
Eye contact.
Hey.
Did you eye contact with her? Uh-huh.
I have a lot of respect for the coaching staff of North Carolina, and that was a huge win for us. I think any time that you go advancing in the tournament, obviously, I'm sure everybody here is thinking, well, no crap, it's a huge win for you. You got to win if you want to keep playing. But these guys, these two hitting over 400 against one of the best blocking teams in the country is just is a ridiculous number. And they got some blocks on us, but we stayed aggressive. We continued to accelerate and hit good shots and know when to be patient and when to get after it. I just thought our decision making was really good. Not just the blocking, but their ability to go pin to pin in a 6-2 for all 6 rotations can be a real handful. And they have some dynamic attackers that can really get on the ball. And our ability to just kind of stay in it and just battle in the third set was just both teams just making big time play after big time play. And when Miley coming in there and putting some serves in the areas of the court that we wanted, making some big time digs, and Trinity coming in there and making some big time blocks, it takes the entire team. And although these two carried a big offensive load, I thought Charlie did a magnificent job. I thought Kristen Simon did a fantastic job defensively, just playing with a lot of poise and a lot of range. And, she just keeps getting better and better. And great win.
Last match at the Fieldhouse, you get 22 kills. What was that moment like at the end there when you were kind of walking off the court for one last time as a Badger?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it since I got here. Coming to Wisconsin was, the best decision I've ever made. This program and this fan base is just so special. Like, I could literally start crying right now. Just like the love that we have for each other and the love that this fan base has for each other is just so special. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing. It's incredible. There's nothing like it. And to be able to just have that from the fans and be able to experience that is just, I'll never feel like that again. And it's just something that I'm soaking in and really just, I'm so grateful for it.
Yeesh. Hopefully a little bit more lighthearted question. But I know you pride yourself on your blocks. You had 3 of them. Your facial expressions after the blocks. How much pride do you take in the blocks and being able to play the defense that you do along with your offensive numbers?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a work in progress. I love a good block, especially when we know that they're going to be a good blocking team. Like, we can do it too. But I will say my favorite block of the night was Trinity going in at the end. She's so stupid athletic, and we've been talking a lot about her block in practice. So to have that come into fruition in such an intense moment, I almost started crying on the court. I literally teared up. If the camera would have gone on me, you would have seen tears in my eyes when she blocked that ball. But yeah, I mean, it's so fun, and I'm just so glad that she got to go in there and do that.
Mimi, sorry. Again, the tears might be flowing on this one.
No, you're good.
We talked about it earlier this week again. You were on the other side in the postseason, got to see what all the chills, all the loud roars were like on the other side in postseason. But now, again, to finish off with the final point again, what was that whole moment like for you to be on the other side of this now and be the reason why Wisconsin fans are cheering?
Yeah, I mean, postseason in the Fieldhouse is, it's not something you see every day. It's an intense environment to come into. Props to North Carolina for playing a really good game. I know how hard that is to come in here and play a good volleyball game, especially postseason. But yeah, it's so special, and it's really fun that I've gotten to experience kind of both sides of that. And it was a really fun game to play and a really gritty win for our team.
Mimi, you may be new to Wisconsin, but you've had tournament experience, making the Sweet 16 with Oregon. How did that experience help you coming into today just to get this team to the next round?
Yeah, I mean, every game is everyone's fighting for their life. Every point that you make, every swing, every dig, every start, like it all counts, and to an extreme level because your season could end right now. So I think just kind of taking that maturity with these girls that maybe haven't experienced a lot of tournament runs like I have, and just kind of talking them through that and just making sure we're super prepared and keep encouraging them. We have a funny saying, like, if we keep siding out, they can't win. If we keep scoring, they literally can't win the game. Like, that's how volleyball works. So just kind of reminding them, especially when we were getting into that back and forth game at the end there, and really just keeping everyone together.
Coach, can you explain the level of confidence you have in Miley and Trinity to put them in such a critical moment of the match?
They do things. There are certain things that they do at a very high level, and the situation called for it, and that's one of the things we talk about is you never know when that moment is going to come, but you need to be ready for it, and and it doesn't get any bigger than that. Here at home, and everybody's willing to go longer if you need to, but everybody's wanting to end it right then and there if you can. And Miley made some really big time digs. Trend that wasn't just the block; it was the block move that she made. I can't wait to go back and watch the film of that. But they're capable of doing that, and we've got more than just 6 or 7 people that can play. And Mimi said there was tears in her eyes on that. I guarantee she wasn't the only one on the court or over on the bench, and probably not in the stands that were that fired up. It's especially when you're not getting a ton of playing time. Trent's been hurt a lot the last 2 years, and she's worked hard to get herself back where she can get on the court and contribute. And it'll be a match that everybody will remember for the rest of their lives. The seniors certainly will remember that match. The last one in the field house, you really want to win that last one in the field house. But the respect we have our opponent, and then just continuing to move into weekend 2, it'll be something that these guys will always remember.
Someone clipped that he just said 6'7" also. Did you try to do that?
What?
You said 6'7". Did you try and clip that? We'll see it on Twitter later. Okay, go.
For Una, before I get to my question for Kelly, for this to be your first postseason run and to have a performance like this against, Kelly was mentioning how good of a blocking team North Carolina is. How much of a confidence boost is that for you?
I feel it was like great tonight playing with my team and having their back all the time was such a huge thing for me, and just with them behind me I felt super confident, and I'm so excited.
And then for Kelly, how do you describe the swagger that it seems like this team is playing with? It seemed like that was really visible tonight.
With the what?
The swagger that this team is playing with.
It's earned through work, right? It's confidence is earned by the work you put in. It's earned by how you talk to yourself. It's been something that these guys have worked a lot on, of not just having an individual confidence, but a collective confidence. These two put up huge numbers, but we don't win that match if it's just those two. It's everybody, and you gotta believe in the person next to you, and you don't believe just because you like them. You believe in those types of moments because you've been in the trenches with them numerous times, and I think that's where you start seeing the confidence. Is they've done hard things, but they've done hard things together, and that frees you up to do magic.
Kelly, again, I know you pride yourself on making sure that the seniors really own the moment, whatever their final games in the field house are. Before they took the court and waved goodbye to everybody at center court, what did you say to the 4 seniors in that corner before you sent them off for one last wave goodbye?
I told them I loved them, and go out to the center court and you soak it all in, and stay as long as you want, because it doesn't get any better than this.
Say, I know Mimi and Grace had a double-double. You almost had two others that had double-doubles. Just, what does that speak, Kelly, to just what this team can do from an all-around in a versatile capacity?
Yeah. We've got a lot of talent. You know, Grace Egan made some big time plays there down the stretch, and the middle part of that match, that block was kind of on her a little bit. She got blocked, I think, 3 times in a row, maybe had a hitting error, and then the next time she got set, I mean, just crushes off of the left side blockers outside hand. I mean, it was a swing that you are doing if you believe in yourself. It was a great swing, high, not trying to pull down, just finding that edge and just attacking, and then having some big time plays. There's a big time kill right there toward the end for Allie, and she didn't get a ton of those, but it was a huge moment. And you talk about trust. It was, Charlie trusted because those guys have put the work in and they're driving and they're going and they're moving on. This kid just moving on. It's just so important to us. The ability that when you're playing another team that is getting you at times to just stay in the fight, to not get down on yourself. It's easier said than done. This team has worked on it. Our players have worked on it. But we don't win that match if they're not able to move forward to the next play.
Any last questions?
Kelly, kind of looking at these last 2 matches over the last 27 hours or so, is there one thing in particular that you're kind of most proud of when you think of these first 2 rounds as a whole?
I thought we were prepared to get after it both nights, and the back-to-back is not easy, but there was I thought we did our work. We put ourselves in a position to play as well as we could against our opponents. It was a lot of people on our team. That's the first time they've been in an NCAA tournament, right? And it's kind of a different feeling, and you're not quite sure, a little bit about how you're going to handle those moments. I thought, one of the things we talk about is the season prepares you for that. You're going to feel prepared, and as you move forward, it gets more awesome and more exciting, and the challenges get bigger. But the players that come here, they want those challenges, and they lean into those challenges. And there's going to be some times that you're going to do the punching, and there's other times that you're going to get punched. But how do you respond to that? There's no area that we've grown more as a team than that.
Yeah, Coach, I saw you gave Trinity the Wisconsin placard to advance to the next round on the big bracket. What kind of led to that decision, recognizing her for her efforts tonight?
Carter told her she was going to do it. Most of us tend to listen to Carter when she says something. But that was I think that was a moment that just shows how proud people were of somebody who just continues to work and be a great teammate, and whose moment was coming, and she was ready for that moment. That's one of the things that makes Carter such a great leader for us, such an effective leader for us, because that moment of elevating and lifting up a teammate is pretty powerful. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.